Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is the 5th October 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. Before generation of these reports, all of you please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. All the training lessons are available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. So at our channel homepage, you click on the tab posts, or some of you might be seeing the tab community. Whichever the tab you see, you please click on the tab, then you get access to this post. This post is having a YouTube playlist link that will take you to all the training lessons. You just click on the link. Now we are into the playlist supply demand zone price action course. Here you have all the training lessons are available. You need to start your training from lesson 1.1. For that you need to scroll down to the bottom of the page. Here starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are available in an order. So please go through all these lessons one by one and strengthen your skills related to supply demand zone price action. I have also provided the link to our Telegram channel in this video description. So from the video description, you can find the link and join at our Telegram channel. It will be helpful to you each time when we release a new YouTube video or any other important update we will be providing at our Telegram channel. Now let's get into the report generation. First we will identify the stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames starting from half yearly time frame. During this process, we will also identify daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones. Okay, I'm starting with half yearly time frame. Let us find the stocks near half yearly demand zone. One stock is filtered near the half yearly demand zone. I'll be giving you only few seconds time to watch the report, so you need to pause the video and then you need to study the report. In case if you does not understand how to study the report, I request you complete our training lesson 21.1, that is part 1 of lesson 21. There I have explained each and every column, their values, abbreviations in detail. I have also explained how you can take these timestamps from leg in and leg out columns and also base candle count, and then how you can draw the zone in trading view also explained in that lesson. Okay, next report is for half yearly time frame. Let us find the stocks near half yearly supply zone. One stock is filtered. Next, for next time frame is quarterly. Let us find the stocks near quarterly demand zone. 3 stocks are filtered. Next report for quarterly time frame. Let us find the stocks near quarterly supply zone. 2 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is monthly. Let's find the stocks near monthly demand zone. 5 stocks are filtered near to the monthly demand zone. Next, for monthly time frame, let us find the stocks near monthly supply zone. 1 stock is filtered. Next time frame is weekly. Let us find the stocks near weekly demand zone. 9 stocks are filtered near to the weekly demand zone. Next, for weekly time frame, let us find the stocks near weekly supply zone. 1 stock is filtered near to the weekly supply zone. Okay, next time frame is daily. Entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. So good number of stocks are filtered. So total 60 stocks are filtered. I mean 16, not 60. Sorry for my mistake. 16 stocks are filtered. And let us identify high liquidity demand zones from this list. And this is pierced, so it's not a valid. Apollo Tyres is not a valid high liquidity because it is already pierced. Next, Arvind Pharma is having a high liquidity demand zone. already tested 3 times. If you can find a fresh fine-tuned 5-minute zone, you can plan a trade. And you have next CUB is also high liquidity demand zone. Next, Havels is having a high liquidity demand zone. Next, Manapuram is having a high liquidity demand zone. That's it. So total how many we identified? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we have identified 4 valid high liquidity demand zones from this list, but you need to fine tune up to 5-minute zone, and you can find a fresh fine tuned 5-minute zone or even high liquidity zone. If it is not a fresh high liquidity zone, also you can plan the trade. Or aggressive trades also you can plan, because all these concepts you learned in lesson 21. Okay, next report for daily time frame. Let us find the stocks near daily supply zone. So no stocks are filtered near to the daily supply zones. Okay, next time frame is 125 minutes. So let us find the stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. So total 9 stocks are filtered. So next for 125 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 75 minutes. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. 3 stocks are filtered. And we have one high liquidity demand zone, GMR Infra is a high liquidity 75 minutes demand zone. Okay, next for 75 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Let's find whether we have any high liquidity 75 minutes supply zones. No, we don't have any high liquidity 75 minutes supply zones from this list. Okay, fine. Next time frame is 25 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next, for 25 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Okay, the next time frame is 15 minutes. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. Only 1 stock is filtered. Okay. Next, for 15 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 5 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. 4 stocks are filtered. Let's verify how many of these demand zones are having ITF confluence. That is 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. So 2 stocks are filtered. But here already this is pierced. No use with this. Okay, next for 5 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 5 minutes supply zone. 13 stocks are filtered. Let's verify how many of these 13 stocks are having ITF confluence, that is 15 minutes and 5 minutes supply zone confluence. So I am enabling the filter, 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone confluence. Let's verify out of 13 how many will filter. So 3 stocks are filtered. So these 3 supply zones are having ITF confluence, that means 15 minute supply zone confluence. Okay, this is about stocks near demand and supply zones. We also identified daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones. So the next report is about NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. So let's start with Nifty, that is Nifty 50, and also we will start with monthly time frame. So Nifty monthly supply demand zone chain I am generating. So this is the Nifty supply demand zone chain for monthly time frame. Always look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zone, and look into the pierced column to check the pierced zones. If pierced count is not 0, it is a pierced zone. And also look into the trend in the LTF time frame. Whichever the time frame you select, that time frame will be treated as LTF. One time frame higher is ITF, one more time frame higher is HTF. And remaining columns easily you can understand them. And also please pause the video for all the reports. And after that, after your study, you can proceed further. Okay, I am moving to the next time frame. That is a weekly time frame. I am generating supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, I am changing the time frame to daily and generating daily supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Okay, next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Okay, next time frame is 25 minutes, generating supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Okay, the next time frame is 15 minutes, generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Okay, the next time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for Nifty. So this is about Nifty supply demand zone chain. Next, let us generate BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain, changing the name Nifty Bank, that is nothing but BANKNIFTY. And let's start with monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is 25 minutes. I am generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Fine, the next time frame is 15 minutes. I am generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Okay, the next time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. So this is about BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. With this we have completed both Nifty and BANKNIFTY. Next reports we will generate bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly, weekly, daily and hourly income trades. Let's start with the bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. For monthly income trade, entry time frame is daily. For bullish trade setup, entry zone should be demand zone. And also in the bullish or bearish trade setup, at entry time frame daily, we have to select bullish. And this daily demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count column, so this is the pierced count column. At the entry time frame, that is daily, always you need to set minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means pierced count should be 0. Pierced count 0 means the zone is not pierced. Next parameter, zone achievement should always be violated opposing zone. Next, minimum odd enhancer score should always be 12 for bullish or bearish trade setup. And all the three filters are applied to daily demand zone. Now let's verify. So all these stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, that is entry time frame daily. These are the first 17 stocks. Okay, I'm scrolling the list down. So total 26 stocks are filtered. All these 26 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Now let's verify how many of these stocks are supporting ITF confluence. That means daily zone with weekly zone confluence. What exactly the meaning of zone confluence? The daily zone should be part of the weekly zone. That means overlapped with the weekly zone. So that is the reason why let me enable the filter in the demand zone confluence, the daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence. So I am enabling this filter, ITF confluence. Now let's verify. Out of 26, 17 stocks are filtered. Having ITF confluence, we improved the probability. These stocks are having high probability compared to the remaining stocks in the 26 stocks filtered earlier. These 17 stocks are a little extra additional probability to get the success. Further, we can increase the probability, that is a high probability setup, by even verifying with EMA confluence, because the daily zone is part of the weekly zone and the weekly zone is having weekly EMA confluence. It is a high probability setup. So let me go back. In the EMA confluence at weekly time frame, because the daily zone is part of the weekly zone and the weekly trend is up in the bullish trade setup, and when the trend is up, EMA confluence works perfectly. Perfectly means accurately. At least the probability is high. That's why weekly demand zone with weekly EMA confluence filter I set. Let's verify. Now the list is come down to 12. Out of 17, these 12 stocks are having ITF confluence and also EMA confluence with ITF zone. So daily zone is part of the weekly zone and the weekly zone trend is uptrend, and also weekly zone is having weekly EMA confluence. That's why we are saying they are high probability setup stocks. Okay, fine. This is about ITF confluence with EMA confluence. Let us look for one more setup, that is LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. Let's find those zones. Earlier 17 stocks are filtered, right? From that LTF, ITF, HTF. The 17 stocks are only LTF and ITF confluence. First I need to remove this EMA filter. I removed it. Already LTF and ITF filter is enabled, that is the daily and weekly is enabled, demand zone confluence. Now I am enabling the filter daily demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence. And also I am enabling the filter weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence. With all the three filters, we got LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. Let's verify. Only 2 stocks are filtered, because both the stocks are having HTF zone is uptrend. Why HTF zone? Because the daily zone is part of weekly, again daily and weekly together part of the monthly zone. And if the monthly zone is having monthly EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. So I am going back and look for EMA Confluence. But monthly, that's why monthly demand zone is having monthly EMA Confluence. We need to enable this filter. See, one stock is filtered. This monthly demand zone, HTF zone is monthly. The trend is up, and also this monthly demand zone is having monthly EMA Confluence. You can verify EMA Confluence, monthly demand zone with monthly EMA Confluence. So it's a high probability setup. Okay, next, bearish trade setup for monthly income trade, that is entry time frame, daily, entry zone, supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup, daily I am selecting bearish, and the daily supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at daily time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. And the zone achievement should be violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhance score 12. All the three filters are applied to daily supply zone. Let's verify. One stock is filtered. Let's verify the supply zone is having ITF Confluence. I think last report it is not listed, right? But let's verify. In the supply zone confluence, daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence, I enabled, did I? Let me check. Yes, I enabled the filter. So no stocks. ITF Confluence, but that stock supports, RVL Bank supports bearish trade setup. But only additional probability parameter is not there, that is not having ITF Confluence. But still it is a bearish trade setup, that you should not forget. Okay, next, let us look for a weekly income trade, bullish trade setup, entry time frame 75 minutes, entry zone is demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish, and 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, that is entry time frame, setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0, that means zone is not pierced. And violated opposing zone is the zone achievement, minimum odd enhance score should be 12, and all the three filters are applied to 75 minutes demand zone. Let me filter. Now 16 stocks are filtered. All these 16 stocks currently supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, that is entry time frame 75 minutes. Okay, to improve the probability, to check how many of these stocks are having even more high probability compared to the current list, let's verify ITF Confluence. ITF Confluence zones will be having a little extra additional probability. It doesn't mean remaining stocks are not good. They are all good. They are all supporting bearish trade setup. Even a little extra probability always gives a slight edge. That's why LTF and ITF Confluence I am verifying. That is 75 minutes and daily supply zone confluence. 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence I enabled. Now let's verify. So 12 stocks are filtered. All these 12 stocks are having bullish trade setup for bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, and also the entry time frame 75 minute zone is part of the daily zone. That is what ITF Confluence. Because the daily zone trend is uptrend in all these stocks, if they are having daily EMA Confluence, so even it is a high probability setup, because probability will be improved further with EMA Confluence. Because 75 minutes zone is part of the daily zone, and also having EMA Confluence on daily time frame, that is a daily demand zone with daily EMA Confluence, trend is up, daily trend, and 4 stocks are filtered. These 4 stocks are high probability setups compared to the earlier filtered list. Okay, now let's verify the next setup, LTF, ITF, HTF Confluence. I am removing EMA filter. Earlier, how many we got? Only ITF and LTF Confluence, we got 12, right? Now we will add one more filter, HTF Confluence also. Actually, 2 more filters you need to add. Total 3 filters. One is already enabled. That is 75 with daily demand zone is enabled. 75 with weekly demand zone confluence also enabled. And daily and weekly demand zone confluence, that is ITF, HTF confluence also enabled. With all the 3 filters, we got only 2 stocks. So these 2 stocks are having LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. So already it is tested. I think maybe the last Friday it might have been tested. See, when it was tested, zone high 42, this is type 1 proximal entry 4209, and where it is closed 4252. That means almost 45 rupees the stock is price is up after reaching this zone. Good. Okay. Now let us verify, because the trend is uptrend. If any of these are having, because 75 is part of daily, 75 and daily together again part of weekly. If any weekly EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup. Let's verify in the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, weekly demand zone with weekly EMA confluence. Oh, TCS, that's why it's very powerful. It is having weekly EMA confluence. Okay, this is about weekly income trade, bullish trade setup. Next, weekly income trade, bearish trade setup. Entry time frame 75, entry zone, supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes, I am selecting bearish. And 75 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum order enhance score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 75 minute supply zone. Now let's filter. We got 4 stocks. These 4 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade, entry time frame 75 minute supply zone. Now let's verify any of these supply zones are having ITF confluence. 75 minute zone should be part of the daily supply zone. So I'm getting into the supply zone confluence parameter here. The 75 minute supply zone with the daily supply zone filter I am enabling. Now let's verify. We got out of 4, 3 stocks are part of the daily zone. 75 minutes entry time frame zone is part of the daily zone, and daily trend is a downtrend. If in any of these stocks, if daily these supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, it is a high probability setup. So I'm going back in the EMA confluence at daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence I enabled. Let's verify. All the 3 stocks are having daily EMA confluence. So they are high probability setups. And moreover, out of these 3, 2 stocks are having high liquidity zones. So 75 minute zones are high liquidity zones and fresh zones. But the only thing is you need to look for a fresh fine-tuned 5 minute zone to confirm institutional order flow is there. There is no rule that you have to take entry at 5 minutes. 5 minutes is only confirmation that institutional order flow is there. That is what I clearly explained in lesson 20 checklist. Okay, now let's look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Earlier 4 stocks are filtered, right? Or 3 stocks. 3 stocks filtered. LTF, ITF confluence. So I removed the EMA filter. Now let's verify. LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. In the supply zone confluence, already we enabled daily supply zone with weekly supply zone. 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone is enabled. Now I am enabling 75 minute supply zone with weekly supply zone I am enabling. And also daily supply zone with weekly supply zone. That is ITF and HTF confluence. We have LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. How many stocks? 2 stocks are filtered. That means the daily zone is 75 minute zone is part of daily, and 75 minutes in daily together again part of the weekly zone. But weekly trend is sideways. No need to check for EMA confluence, because EMA confluence is valid only in the trending market, not in the sideways market. Okay, this is about bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next report is about bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes. Entry zone is demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish. And 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zone. Let's verify. 5 stocks are filtered. All these 5 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes. Let's look for LTF and ITF confluence. That is a 15 minutes demand zone should be part of the 75 minutes demand zone. That is what zone confluence. So in the demand zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. Now let's verify how many will further filter. All 5. All these 5 stocks are having ITF confluence. That means 15 minute zone is part of 75 minute zone. And 75 minutes trend is uptrend. If any of these 75 minute zones are having daily EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. So let's verify. So in the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, 75 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence, in this filter, we got only one stock. So it's a high probability setup. And moreover, it is a high liquidity zone. 15 minutes high liquidity zone. Already tested 2 times, 7 rejections from this zone. Good. Okay, next, let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. First, I need to remove this EMA filter. I removed it. Then, in the demand zone confluence, 15 minutes with 75 minutes demand zone confluence is already enabled. Next 15 minutes demand zone with the daily demand zone I am enabling, and also 75 minutes demand zone with the daily demand zone also I am enabling with all the 3 filters. Let's verify how many stocks will filter. 2 stocks. And these 2 stocks are having LTF, ITF, HTF zone confluence. That means 15 minute zone is part of 75 minute zone, and 15 and 75 together again part of the daily zone. And the daily trend is uptrend only in MFCL. If it is having a daily EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup. So let me go back. In the EMA confluence, daily time frame, I am looking for daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence. Yes, this is filtered. Very good. Daily trend is uptrend. EMA confluence is there. It's a high probability setup. Maybe that could be the reason why this stock has already given 2 tests and 7 rejections. Okay, next one is about bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes. Entry zone supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes, I am selecting bearish, and this 15 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 15 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means 15 minutes supply zone is not pierced, and zone achievement violated opposing zone, and minimum order enhancer score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 15 minutes supply zone. Now let's verify. We got 11 stocks are filtered. All these 11 stocks currently supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes, zone supply zone. Now let's verify to improve the probability of getting success. Let us verify how many of these zones are having ITF confluence. That means the 15 minute supply zone should be part of the 75 minute supply zone. So I am going back. In the supply zone confluence, I am enabling the filter 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone. With this filter, let's verify. 6 stocks are filtered, and all these 6 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes, and also having ITF confluence. 15 minute zone is part of 75 minute zone, and 75 minutes trend is a downtrend. And if any of these stocks are having 75 minute zones, because 15 is part of 75 minute zone, and the 75-minute zone is a downtrend and also having EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. So that's why in the EMA confluence, I am looking for in the 75 minutes time frame, 75 minute supply zone with the daily EMA confluence. I enable the filter. Let's verify. 5 stocks are filtered. All these 5 stocks are having ITF confluence, and also the ITF zone is having daily EMA confluence. Look into the EMA confluence. The 75 minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. So I am going back, removing the EMA filter, and then let's look for LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence. Already I enabled the filter 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone. Next filter 15 minute supply zone with daily supply zone, and also next filter 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence enabled. With all the 3 filters, so we can identify LTF, ITF, HTF confluence zones. Only one stock is filtered. So in this stock, 15 minute supply zone is part of the 75 minute supply zone. Both together again part of the daily supply zone. And also daily trend is downtrend. If this daily supply zone is having, actually this is a entry time frame 15, but part of the daily zone. So if the daily supply zone is having daily EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. Let's verify whether it is having EMA confluence. Already it is a high probability setup, but if EMA also satisfied, it is a very high probability setup. In the EMA confluence at daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Why? Daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence. What is the reason? The reason is 15 and 75 together part of the daily zone. So daily EMA confluence we are verifying. Very good. This is also having EMA confluence. See here, EMA confluence daily equals to supply zone, daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Excellent. The supply zone is a high probability setup. Okay, this is about bearish trade setup for daily income trade, and the next one is hourly income trade, bullish trade setup. Entry time frame is 5 minutes, entry zone is demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 5 minutes, I am selecting bullish, and 5 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 5 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement should always be violated opposing zone. Minimum odd and enhanced score should be 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 5 minutes demand zone. Let's verify. 3 stocks are filtered. All these 3 stocks currently supporting bullish trade setup for hourly income trade, that is entry time frame 5 minutes. If any of these stocks are having ITF confluence, that is even more high probability setup. So I am going to add demand zone confluence with ITF, that is 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. So I am enabling this filter. Let's verify how many are having 15 minutes demand zone confluence. All the 3 stocks are having 15 minutes demand zone confluence. And trend is up in all 15 minute zone. Let's check if any of these stocks are having daily EMA confluence. So in the EMA confluence, 15 minutes time frame, 15 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence. No stocks, no issues. Now let's look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. I removed the EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone is enabled. Next 5 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone, that is LTF and HTF confluence. Next 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence, that is ITF and HTF confluence. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF confluence, no stocks are filtered. So none of the demand zones currently LTF, ITF, HTF confluence is supported. We only have 3 stocks with ITF Confluence. Okay, next bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. Entry time frame is 5 minutes. Entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 5 minutes, I am selecting bearish, and the 5 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 5 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated, opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 5 minute supply zone. Let's verify. We got 15 stocks are filtered. All these 15 stocks currently supporting bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. Now let's verify how many of these supply zones are having ITF Confluence. So let's look for 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone confluence. So I'm enabling the filter 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone. Now let's verify how many stocks from out of the 15. Out of the 15, 12 stocks. That means all these 12 5 minute supply zones are part of the 15 minute supply zone. That is what? Supply zone confluence. And these 15 minute supply zones are having downtrend. If any of these 15 minute supply zones are having a daily EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, at 15 minutes time frame, 15 minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Enable the filter. Let's verify. Very good. For these 4 stocks, the 15 minutes zone, supply zones are having a daily EMA confluence. They are high probability setups. Okay, now how many of the stocks are having a LTF, ITF, HTF confluence? Not out of these 4. Earlier 12 stocks are filtered, right? Without EMA confluence. Earlier how many we got? We got 12. Out of these 12, how many are having LTF, ITF, HTF confluence? Already those 12 stocks are LTF and ITF confluence zones, because earlier we enabled 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone. Now I am adding 2 more filters, 5 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence, and also 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence, with all the 3 filters LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. 7 stocks are filtered from the 12. That means 5 minute zone is part of 15 minute zone, supply zone, and both together again part of the daily supply zone. Not daily, 75 minute supply zone, because it is hourly income trade. HTF time frame is 75 minutes. 5 minutes, 15 minutes together part of 75 minute supply zone. If these 75 minute supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, especially when trend is downtrend in those stocks, it's a high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, because this is the HTF zone, it is having supply zone with daily EMA confluence, 75 minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence. The filter is enabled. Let's verify. 4 stocks are filtered. Out of these 4, except the third one is sideways. Sideways we don't verify EMA confluence. But remaining 3 stocks, 1, 2 and 4, the trend is downtrend, 75 minutes time frame, and they are having daily EMA confluence. It's a high probability setup. So this is the way we have to understand. So with this we have completed bullish and bearish trade setups for all 4 income trades. In the final report, I am generating stop buffers based on daily ATR. And in this list, first 17 are indices, that includes all sectorial indices. Remaining all are equity stocks, but taken from F&O listed companies. But stocks are equity stocks. What I do, I keep on scrolling the list down. Whichever the stock you want to refer, there you please pause the video. I am scrolling the list down. So this is the end of the list. Hope this information will be useful to you for our further study and analysis. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.